Apparently, Ellen DeGeneres has said some things that she does not want the internet to see. Things that she's wishing weren't said and posted for all of us to witness. We need to watch this before it's potentially gone. And in addition, there's a few other stories here that are pretty interesting. Currently enjoying my iced coffee, or about to. Let me know what you guys are drinking. And again, thank you so much for being a subscriber of the channel. Let's dive in.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
I've seen this.
Good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Okay, so what she's talking about right now is a different type of a facial. One that Sandra Bullock has only shared with certain people from the sets. This is something that's strange, but not completely unheard of. But you're gonna find out in a moment exactly what's in that serum that's being pressed into the skin.
Carrie, what are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's skin from a Korean baby.
All right, so you could see this entire time that Ellen DeGeneres knew what the answer was here, and she was pushing uncomfortably Sandra Bullock to state what was actually used in this. So they're saying it's skin from a Korean baby. All right, we're gonna see another clip of something very similar happening in just a minute, but I just want to share that. And it's definitely along the lines of experimentation with young people, with Epstein files related stuff. It's definitely a bit creepy.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Who comes up with this?
I don't think, it's not like I'm lying there with little pieces all over my face. It's like,
Who thinks of collecting it and having it we'll do something with this someday.
And why didn't we come up with that?
Right.
If you've seen this, you're one of the lucky ones, because they're removing every trace of this story from the internet. For instance, did you know the interview was taken down and re-uploaded in 2023? But this time, they just removed the part where Sandra Bullock talked about her new skincare routine. Viewers even pointed it out in the comments.
Interesting. So they do want it removed, so we need to permanent it here, or at least try to.
It's almost like they don't want people digging too deeply into this. And they weren't the only ones. Around the same time, another A-list actress, Cate Blanchett, openly talked about getting a penis facial. You won't find it in her magazine because, according to Vice, it was removed almost instantly. Then a parenting website called Babbel tried to find out where these foreskins were coming from. Their article discussed reports that hospitals in countries like South Korea are selling all this human tissue. Now, interestingly, Babbel was owned by Disney, and Disney shut down Babbel the same year they released the article about this industry. Now, people believe that cannot be a coincidence. They think soon the clips about this story will be silently removed from all websites because they don't want us to remember the names of billionaires who promoted this freaky industry.
So this is one of Oprah's favorites. She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle.
All right, so here's another one. This one, Steve Harvey, Oprah Winfrey. It's another type cream that's the similar type cream utilizing foreskin from babies. So the question that we have to address here first is, in many countries or many religions, foreskin is removed. It's part of the circumcision when a baby is born. And oftentimes it's thrown out. Do you think it's okay to use that in other ways so that people can have their fountain of youth in these procedures done for their faces? Should parents of the child be paid for that since it was just taken from their child? Should it be an option? Should you have to say, okay, it's okay if this is used? Or should hospitals and government agencies be able to just take it if they want it and utilize it without any parental consent? Or should it not be used at all?
So I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come?
Do you notice that he said Oprah did it? This is something about the trust that Oprah had, as well as Ellen DeGeneres. Remember, Ellen DeGeneres was the mouthpiece of goodness for the entire Hollywood industry. If she said something was okay, everyone believed it. If Oprah said everything okay, just like Steve Harvey just said, everyone believes it. So he's rubbing this cream into his hands, and he has no idea what it is.
It's red.
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human
Look, the
foreskin.
wrinkles has just disappeared. I can't even ball my hand up.
But so it's made from human foreskin.
His face.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Moving on.
Now, some of that had to be quieted because it was not acceptable by YouTube. But essentially, he was like, you just rubbed this on my hand. It wasn't something he approved of. And he said that she was never going to be returning back on his show.
Let's talk about another wild story. Apple is introducing a new leasing program so you can just pretend to own your next MacBook or iPhone. It's called Apple Upgrade, and it's basically a subscription program, meaning you'll be making smaller monthly payments to rent your phone or your next MacBook. And here's the part they really don't want to admit. They're introducing this program because they're ready to drastically raise the prices of their products in the coming years, which means most people will not be able to afford them, and this kind of subscription will be their only option. It's pretty obvious they're getting us used to their version of the world, a world where you'll own nothing and be happy.
I don't know how I feel about that, actually. Now, clearly, we're going off the topic of what the focus was here. I'm going to go with it, though. We're going to see what else he has to say. Please stick with me. How do you feel about that? I don't know that I care. I mean, I have my iPhone here. This thing is old. It's like 3 years old, which for me, someone that makes content for a living, I do a lot of mobile gaming on my Echo Gaming channel on the phone. It's still working fine. I don't know if I care if I were to be renting it or if I were to be buying it. At this point in time, I don't have to pay for the phone anymore. It's paid off. I own it, and I could sell it for probably $200-300 if I wanted to. I don't know if that bothers me or not. Now, I don't love the thought of price hikes incoming of anything, especially phones. And I wonder if this is going to hurt the Apple industry or if people are going to be switching over to Android devices again.
But in this case, your happiness only lasts as long as you have money to subscribe. One failed payment and you might lose your phone for good.
I just learned that there's people in Apple debt. That's horrible. Like, if too many of the apple.com/bill charges don't go through, you won't lose access to the subscription. They'll just brick your phone. They won't let you buy new apps. They won't let you update your apps. They won't even let you install free apps until you sign in and update that payment method. And then once you sign in, they drain that money out. I shouldn't be surprised because this is very on brand for Apple. But not being able to update apps, that's crazy.
Since we're talking about Apple,
Now, before he moves on, this is something that actually scares me about all modern tech. When you have something, whether it be a phone or whether it be a car, that has so much tech involved that the company that you're paying for it or the company that's in control of it can actually take over control of your product, that's a problem for me. There's a reason that I purposefully purchased a vehicle that doesn't have all of the most modern tech. I don't want anyone to be able to turn off my vehicle when they want to. I want to have complete control. I don't even like it beeping at me if I'm going off the road a little bit. I'll deal with that for safety reasons, but I always am a little concerned about how much tech we welcome into our life, which is strange being my career here as a content creator on YouTube, but it's something that I am often keeping mind of, so I don't love the idea that things can be shut off on us. So more on Ellen DeGeneres, more on Oprah Winfrey even being pulled into this discussion, and then a couple of random stories. I'm actually genuinely curious. Do you guys like the different types of stories within these videos, and is this something that you'd like me to continue with? You could let me know down in the comment section below. And to dive deeper into Ellen and how dark her story gets, check out this video. I'll see you over there.